Well, people, welcome back, and today we are here with Broadway grosses, and today was Tony Tuesday. If you haven't seen my video, go check it out on the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the grosses, and there's some pretty big doozies in these grosses, so let's get into it. So up first we have & Juliet, which went from 97% last week to 95% this week, and it went from 1,119,666 to 1,768. So & Juliet's still doing fine, nothing really to comment on that. It is declining week to week, but it got a Best Musical nom, and this, I think, can be the next Waitress, in the sense that it doesn't have to have the Tony noms, the critic prestige, because I think it has a very strong fan base, and I think it's going to be here for a couple years. A Beautiful Noise continues to maintain $1 million. Somehow, someway it returned, going from 77% last week to 75% this week. Bad Cinderella, which got panned and I think will have to close this month, went from 539,119 last week to 514,980 this week, going from 65.9% capacity to 65.10 with an average ticket of $70. These are obviously terrible numbers for Bad Cinderella. There is no two ways about it. With a show that costs this much, it is failing hard, and at this point, let's just put it out of its misery and close it at the end of the month. Fosse is another show that's going to close, going from 456,343 to 386,970, going from 57% to 48%, which is honestly horrendous. I mean, both of these things will be done within the span of the next month. Like, a month from now, one of those shows is not going to be here. There's just no way. And I think it will be Dancin. But I did predict they would flop. Camelot went from 896,148 to 921,000 this week, going from 91% to 90%. Funny Girl went from 1,613,000 to 1,580,651 this week, going from 83% to 83%, or to be exact, 83.79 to 83.93. Hadestown went from 94.85 to 94.28, going from 761,497 to 731,360, and these aren't great numbers, but again, it's doing stable. I'm more concerned about the fall, because I feel like it's on the path to doing pretty bad business, you know, and I think Hadestown needs to 800, 900, that's where we need to see it. 700's okay, but it's not great, so let's hope it doesn't go past 700. Hamilton went from 100.77 to 100.43 this week, going from 1,946,309 to 1,809,000. Kimberly Akimbo is doing so bad, going from 89.15% last week to 88.94 this week, going from 456,640 to 419,928, with its lowest average ticket of $76 in quite a while. And again, this obviously is going to stay because it is a Best Musical contender and it got nominated, but I think this is, it's in bad financial straits. It's losing money, bleeding money, I'd say. And I do think now this will probably have the same run that Strange Loop did, which is very sad. Moulin Rouge saw a bit of an uptick, going from 96.84 to 98.3, going from 1,348,728 to 1,374,578. New York went from 90.23 to 96.34 with 7 performances, going from 967,104 to 943,394, and while the average ticket was $74, this show is very expensive to run, and this is exactly the kind of numbers they want to do. I do think that New York is not going to be here next year, but I do think the awards, especially for Best Musical, will get them through the summer, and I think once we get into the fall, it will fail, and then it will close in January, I'd say. Parade continues to do great, going from 95.49 to 92.99, going from 1,100,981 to $1 million this week. Shucked is a certified dud, going from 89% to 87%, and the average ticket actually decreased, and it still did worse, going from 586,474 to 550,546. Just like I told you guys, the show was not going to catch on, and it's not going to be successful. Will it survive May and June and the summer? Yes, but I think it could close in Labor Day, and if not, it's going to close definitely in time for next season. And And obviously, if you're new to my channel, you'll know that the musicals like Shucked just don't work on Broadway right now. I also think that Shucked, just the quality of it is just not great. So despite all the marketing and positive word of mouth at the beginning, it kind of didn't amount to anything. That's because the show itself wasn't that good. 6 went from $1 million to $946,237, from 94.77 to 89.90. Some Like It Hot went from 68.97 to 67.56, aka Some Like It Flop, going from 808,461 to 760,745. Obviously, it got Tony nominated, so it will survive. But I do hear that they took out a loan to keep the show going until the Tonys, so I think this will close in the summer. I really think that they've lost too much money. They're not going to win any big awards at the Tonys. And yeah, I also listened to the album, and it is the most generic thing I have listened to since the word generic was invented. Sweeney went from 100% to 96%, going from $1,823,700 to $1,783,124. Book of Mormon is slowly slipping, but still doing fine, going from 93% to 95%, going from $971,849 to $952,104. So overall, a lot of shows, and my predictions of these shows coming true happened. Shucked and Bad Cinderella and Dancin being 3 of them. Sad that a lot of these shows aren't doing well, especially the new ones, but like, they just aren't that good, and that's why they're not succeeding. And, you know, with these nominations, you know, Shucked, Some Like It Hot, Kimberly Akimbo will survive and will make it through the summer, but for how long is going to be the real question. And I think this season was just very weak overall, and you can see that reflected in the grosses. And there are certain shows that people want to see. So those are my thoughts. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.